Hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl Tracy with Treseysworld, and today, listen, we're going to be talking about, the drama that went down at the Oscars, Will Smith and Chris Rock. So stay tuned. That's what they say about me. The preacher's daughter. Yes, my name is Tracy. Okay, y'all, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. First of all, you see my hair is different, right? I have crochet braids, but underneath my hair, I have very short hair now because I was sick and I still am recovering from an illness. You guys can watch previous videos to learn more about all of that. But I'm just gonna play a clip right here of when I had to cut my hair. So check it out. Yeah, I have to cut my hair now because it is like is every day I'm losing more and more hair, and it's more depressing to see it coming out, like every day to see a lot of your hair just coming out. It's more depressing to just watch it. I just rather just cut it and just be done with it. Just frustrating. It's just frustrating. That's all I can say. As you can see, I was extremely emotional when I had to cut my hair. I was not happy. People were saying like it's just hair and blah 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 blah, but I made the choice to cut my hair because so much of my hair had fallen out due to my illness and my medication and my treatment for my illness. And I it affected me. I felt really unpretty. It affected my confidence. I knew, well, I've always known how important our hair is to us, especially Black women. Our hair is like a really big thing. It's so important to us that the world tries to stop us from being able to rock it in certain forms, like our natural hair or locks and things like that, braids. So imagine being in my position, having a condition, your hair falls out, okay? And then, people are trying to reassure you it's okay, you cut it off, and you cool. You get ready to go to like one of the biggest award ceremonies, and you like already a little bit self-conscious, but you like, okay, people like, you look good, you look great. Your husband's like, oh, you look good, you look great. So you get all dialed up, you go to this award show, only then to be pointed out in front of the entire, not only the entire audience, the entire world that's watching, and made fun of because of your hair. So I look at this from a completely another point of view. I would be devastated, okay? Or if someone walked up to me not knowing what I've been going through and they make a comment about my appearance, my hair, or my weight, or whatever it is, I would be insulted. I would be offended. I would really be offended. So, coming from that type of perspective and point of view, I definitely understand why Jada was ticked off. I understand it 100%. I understand it. I understand also why Will was ticked off. And let me just say something else. A lot of people are saying, well, he was laughing at the joke first. When you're at an award show, I've been to many, when you're at an award show, there are times when you're supposed to laugh. The reactions are, I won't say they're not genuine, but they are expected. And so sometimes you're already just like, you already got this laugh going on or these claps going on because that is technically what you're supposed to be doing. And the camera is panning, looking for your reaction. So you give that reaction of, even on things that you like, that was so dumb, that was so stupid. Like you have that reaction, which I think is what happened with Will, which is why you see him laughing. The whole audience was laughing. But when they processed what was being said before Will got up, you hear a roar. You hear the audience disapprovingly roar, basically at the joke. Like, wait a minute, that wasn't funny. I shouldn't laugh at that. That wasn't funny because it was not a funny joke. Number one. I don't know if that's number one, number two, but anyways. But that is one of the things that I need everybody to to understand is that when you're at an award show, you giggle, you laugh, you clap on cue almost, from time to time. So it's not like, you know, you're not always intentional about those laughs and those claps because you know that's what you're supposed to do at that time. But when you process something like what was said, even though it was a dumb joke, it was really not a good joke at all. But when you process a joke and it is attacking someone's physical appearance in some ways or insulting someone's looks, then I think that's taking it to another level. Okay. So that's one of the things. And then the other thing is we're in a room. I'm just saying we because I'm just kind of bringing it to put a lot of times you have to put yourself in the situation to really understand it. But you're in a room of your peers in an environment that is not typically a Black environment, that's not typically a mixed environment. It is typically a white or non-Black environment. The Oscars, there's been a lot of fights, a lot of protests to get equal recognition and acknowledgement to the Black actors from the Academy. So to be in that type of environment and then to see, to choose to make reference to another Black person in that environment just for laughs, to me is like, why? I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. And everyone can have their own opinion, but I don't agree with that. It's enough of us being left out. There's been like Oscars So White and all these different movements online. We are left out a lot of times of the Oscars. So for a night where there is potential, because at that time he hasn't won. There's potential for another Black person to get one of the highest honors there is in that industry. That's not a time to be trying to roast that person in and insulting with insults or insult another person connected to that person or just insult another Black person, okay? Because it is a night where we're uplifting each other. We're hoping that that we will be respected and appreciated just like anyone else in our field. And this is a big night. So people have put a lot into that night as far as what they wear and, you know, everything. Every little aspect of that night is a big deal. And I know people say, oh, we shouldn't, as Black people, we should create our own Oscars and blah, blah. Like, yeah, that's cool. But in the history of that industry, Oscars is one of it is the highest, you know, form of recognition and acknowledgement for a work that you've done. And I imagine, you know, put a lot of effort and time into what you do. So to be acknowledged and respected, not only amongst your Black peers, but amongst everyone is a high honor. So to take that shine away from someone with an insensitive joke, to me is like, yeah. So here's the other thing that comes up a lot. Did he know she has alopecia? Maybe he didn't know Jada had alopecia. That's fair to say. He may not. There's a lot of people that don't know. Even without knowing that, he did a whole movie about Black hair with Black women, about Black hair. So he knows how sensitive we are about our hair. So that should have been enough for him to say in his mind, you know what, this joke, yeah, I'm not gonna do this joke. This is not the joke I'm gonna do tonight. I mean, that's just how I feel. You profited, you made a whole movie about it. You profited off of it. So to choose to make reference to her hair by referencing a movie, and a lot of people didn't even get the joke at first because it was just that bad of a joke, but to choose to do that on one of the biggest nights of the Smiths' life was definitely distasteful. Okay. All right. So the other thing that has been said, or that has people have said, Will Smith should not have violently reacted. I agree. Violence is not the answer. I mean, first of all, like I said before, you have you have an industry, or you have an academy that is not always welcoming of Black people. Then for two Black people to be added and create the scandal for the night is just like, really, 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 why? So yeah, I don't agree with Will Smith's reaction, but was his action unprovoked? No, it was provoked for sure. He's protecting his wife. No, should he have violently protected her, defended her honor? No, he should not. But, you know, it should not, none of it should have happened in the first place. The joke shouldn't have happened. Um, it should have been a night where we were all uplifting each other, like we were all celebrating each other. You know, we were all praising each other for, you know, the work that was done and lifting each other up and like rooting for each other, like I saw Denzel do, and like I saw, you know, Tyler, and like I saw so many others do. They were uplifting each other. And so for someone to take that away from you, take that moment away from you, is a lot. So that, yeah, Will should not have reacted that way. He has too much to lose. I'm like, Denzel, man, when you get up there, the devil start, you know, knocking. So you have to be wise. You have to think wisely, because a lot of times, if you're spiritual, you know, I am. A lot of times, the devil will use people to get to you, and so this was, I. That's all I will say. I'm not even gonna go deep into that. I'll just say, just be conscious that a lot of times it'll be your own people. It'll be your own people that's used to try to pull you down, and you have to be wiser. You have to be smarter. You have to think smarter than that. And Will Smith is a smart person, so I'm sure that he reacted, but that he regrets his reactions, but meant to show that he supports his wife, right? I don't know what it is with, you know, I'm gonna say this, and people, y'all comment on this. Y'all can come for me if y'all want to. I'm okay with that, because it's public. You know, this video is gonna be public, and hey, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, okay? But I will say this: Black women, we on the front lines for y'all men. We march for y'all. We cry out for y'all. We represent you. We defend you. We fight for you. We love you. We support you. We uplift you. We uphold you. You know, we do all of these things, and yet we are a lot of times left unprotected on the front lines, or we are, I'm trying to phrase my words correctly, but a lot of times we are not protected the way that we should be. We are not honored the way we should be. We are not cherished the way that we should be. We are not respected the way that we should be, especially in comparison to other races of women. And I find it really sad that it be your own people. I find it really sad that sometimes it looks like, and y'all can come, like I said, y'all can comment, I'm just telling you how I feel. It looks like we don't get that same support, we don't get that same love, we don't get that back. You know, we get called angry all the time. And, you know, or we have attitudes, you know, which a lot of guys like to say. But people forget all the stuff that we are enduring as Black women and how we're treated. We're you know, even if we take out the celebrity, remove the celebrity from the situation. And I'm not just talking about Jada's, I'm talking about the situation overall as being a Black woman. I can speak on it because I'm a Black woman. I can work on a job, have extreme amount of talent, have degrees out of the wazoo, and still not be respected. Still not be respected, still not be valued, still be underpaid. And no one in the boardroom that looks like me will speak out and say, hey, don't do her like that, or hey, support her, you know, or give her the chance that she deserves. No one does that. I look at the marches that we've carried out in honor of some of our Black men that have been taken from us too soon. And who do you see a lot? You see there's Black men there, obviously, but I mean the faces and the causes and the organization of these protests and these marches. A lot of times there's a Black woman standing there on the front line. A lot of times there's a Black woman screaming and crying and demanding justice. And I just don't always see that same type of fire and passion from men in response to the wrongs that are done by Black women. And it's sad. Like, I'm like, really? And then I hear, you know, a lot of Black men say things about Black women. Okay, guys, and lastly, we have seen this more than once now. So we should definitely be more cautious. Tracy Braxton recently passed away. And I remember in the photo that she took at her son's wedding, people were coming for her, about her appearance, not knowing she was, she was fighting cancer. And I even watched a live the other day that she was in with her sister, and someone was commenting on her appearance and saying stuff like makeup can do wonders, or makeup would do wonders for you, just like really being really disrespectful. And not knowing, she was fighting. And then Chadwick, he had cancer. Nobody knew. People were saying things like, basically making references like he was on drugs or all these kind of things, not knowing. So I'm bringing those two up because Jada Pinkett Smith has said she has alopecia, but we don't know her behind the scenes story. We don't know if there's something else going on with her. We don't know that. We would feel really dumb if we found that out, but we don't know that. But we should have learned from the other two that we should steer away from talking about someone's physical appearance, because you don't know their battle behind closed doors. You don't know that. And even if there is no underlying condition and it is in fact alopecia, that's a sensitive subject for a lot of women. Like I said, Black women in our hair, it's a very sensitive topic. And Chris Rock knows this. He made an entire movie on it. He made money from that movie. He made a whole movie called Good Hair, about Black women and their hair. So even if it's alopecia, as she says, that should be off limits. It is a medical condition. People are saying, "Oh, it's just alopecia," which means that a lot of people don't know a lot about alopecia, nor do they see it as a real illness or real condition. A lot of people are saying, well, men have alopecia. We make fun of their, hair loss and things like that. I mean, listen, we really shouldn't be making fun of people's physical appearances, again, because you don't know their story. And even if they chose to share some things, I mean, there's been people who have lost a lot of weight and they'll say, oh, I just changed into a vegan diet. And later on, you'll find out they had cancer or they had some other illness. And so we should we should stay away from that. You don't know someone else's story. You don't know anything about them besides what they share. So just thinking about Will's reaction, there could be something else going on that we don't know about. And he could be like, wait a minute, So it's a mess. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Comedians, y'all can have fun. Y'all can talk about, so much. There's so much going on in the world that you can poke fun at and make jokes about. But lay off people's physical appearance, because you're going to feel real dumb if you made a joke about someone, like those who've made jokes about Tracy or Chadwick, and come to find out, they were fighting. Help them, uplift. And what I'm saying is, even if you don't know what's going on, we should be uplifting each other. We should be bringing joy to people. Comedians, bring joy to people. The joy of laughter. That laughter is beautiful. It can heal you, make us laugh about some things. There was so much that you could have made us laugh about during this time in life. We've been locked in for COVID. It's like, everybody's out, there's so much that you really could have talked about and used your platform for, but you chose to do what you did, and I just don't agree with it. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. I love everybody. I'll just put it, I love everybody. I have no malicious bone in my body, but when you come for people like that, That's not funny. That's not amusing to me. And it wasn't amusing to the audience because they started kind of roaring. This is before Will hopped up. They were like, you could hear the rumble. And you could see the transition from people laughing to like, wait a minute, what? You know? So, so anyways, I just wanted to hop on and give my little 2 cents. Again, this is all my opinion. You may have a different opinion, and the great thing about being in this big old world is we can have different opinions, but we can be respectful in our opinions. So if you have another opinion, or you disagree, or you just want to make a comment, feel free to comment below. And also make sure you go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page at Treseysworld, Treseysworld. I will have a soberistic video coming up this week as well. I know it's been a minute since I made a soberistic video, so I will definitely be bringing you a drink video. And follow me on soberistic at soberistic on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video, and whatever platform you're watching it on, make sure you share it. And that's it for today, guys. Listen, go out and be great today. Whatever it is you do, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you dream of doing, go out, do it, and be great today. Okay?